Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I'm your yarn host, Jennifer. Yes, my throat is still a little scratchy. After my last yarn chat, I went to the doctor and found out that I had bronchitis. I am on my last day of antibiotics today and I'm still not feeling 100%. So I may have to go back to the doctor again, but I am feeling probably 80% better. I'm just not at 100% yet. So no worries. I am taking care of myself. I'm doing all the necessary things to get well. So it's just if I have a little bit of scratchy throat, that is why. So nobody worry about me, okay? Yeah, so there's been a lot going on. And I've really wanted to make a video before now, but with me being sick and there's been so much going on. And my dogs are trying to get in the door. So if you hear like some slamming, my dog keeps headbutting the door to try to get in. Yeah, with everything that's been going on, I haven't been able to make a full video, so I've been trying to do just small clip-its to, you know, keep everybody in the loop. Let's see. To start with, a couple weeks ago, my daughter went to her very first homecoming dance. It was so neat. It was so neat. She's always gone to balls, like daddy-daughter balls with her dad. And he's always been very good about getting her a fancy dress and making her feel beautiful and taking her and treating her like a little princess to the balls. And this was like a totally different experience because there's not a whole lot daddy can say about homecoming. Although I will say this. I've only ever had my nails done one time in my entire life, and that was for my wedding. I don't know anything about getting nails done. I'm not one of those people that get their nails done. My husband, in a past life, had a girlfriend who insisted on getting her nails done. This was 20 years ago, okay? So he would take her every couple weeks and he would pay for her to get her nails done and, you know, get her all bougied up. And I told my husband, I said, okay, my daughter wants her nails done. You're the one's going to take her because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to buy. I don't know what to tell them to do. And so he's all right, you know, like, no big deal. So my husband had to take my 14-year-old daughter to go get her nails done, which was kind of cute and funny. And we did dress shopping for her, and that was almost a disaster. She's not a small girl. She takes after her mom. She's got very voluptuous curves. She is nowhere near as big as I am. But because she's at about an 18, she's going to kill me for saying this. She had a hard time finding a dress. Especially at like Macy's, JCPenney. They carry tiny sizes. We had a hard time even finding dresses in like 14 or 16. They were all like really super small dresses. And having gone through this myself, because I was bigger than she is as a teenager, I knew exactly what she was feeling, you know. And her dad kept trying to like say, well, let's go look over here. And Chris, there's nothing over there in her size. Like, that made her feel worse. And then the fact that, like, she's 14. She's already self-conscious about everything. Like, it was, I felt so bad for her. There was not a whole lot I could do because they just don't make fancy dresses for big girls. They don't. They're impossible to find. Go lay down. So I looked online, and David's Bridal had this gorgeous red dress on their website, and it was in her size, and it was only $49. So I was like, $49, I'm ordering it. If it don't fit her, we'll figure something out, but I'm ordering this dress, you know. And it ordered it, and it came, and it fit her like it was made for her. Now I have to take my 14-year-old who has big you-know-whats and go find her a strapless bra, which is even harder to find because they don't make strapless bra for big boobs. They don't. So I had to order it online. Ordered it on Amazon. The cups were too big, but it fit her like long waist because it was a bustier style. So mommy, being the creative person that I am, I had to go Frankenstein the bra. I cut triangles out of the cup and like sewed it together and made a seam this way. The bra looked hideous, but it worked, and she looked, honestly, and I know she's my kid and I'm totally biased, but she looked like an angel. Granted, she's in red, but she looked like an absolute angel. And it took everything in me not to like tear up and cry and like blubber and just because My baby girl looked like a grown-up, and she just, oh my God, she's an amazing kid anyway. She's so sweet and considerate and caring, and she's like the perfect child. I could not ask. And she's got a little bit of her mommy's attitude. Like, she stands up for other people when she sees a wrong being done, and she's an amazing person. And so, like, seeing her look on the outside like I see her every day, the beauty, the beautiful heart just on the outside of her, it was just, it was a lot. And I video chatted with my sister in Michigan, and my sister was like getting choked up, and it was really cool. Now, I will say this, she did not go with a date because she's not allowed to date until she's 15, and she's a good kid, and she abides by our rules. And I know some of you will think that's too strict. I don't think it's too strict. It is something that we believe firmly in, just letting her be a kid as long as she can. And she honestly doesn't want to date. She knows that she's not ready, and I've done really good raising her in that, you know. I make a lot of mistakes as a parent, but like, I know that I have taught her good standards and morals for herself, and she sticks by them, and I adore her for that. Okay, and then after that, I know there was something else I wanted to share with you guys. Something else happened. Anyway, it was an amazing weekend. I cannot remember what else happened. We drove up to the mountains to see the leaves change. We hit it at peak season. So the mountain range by us is the Shenandoah Mountain Range, and it's part of Shenandoah National Park. And we actually have an annual pass for the national park system because I love national parks. Well, you guys already know that. And the mountains were just absolutely glorious. Like, the color was full on red, yellow, burgundy, oranges. I mean, oh, I took pictures, but I haven't gotten to edit them yet. So if I have time to edit them before this video, I will absolutely put some in this video. And then we had Halloween. And Halloween was kind of crazy. I was telling Sandy from Crochet A, we had a tornado watch Halloween night. And so we weren't sure there was going to be trick-or-treaters, and we go all out for Halloween. We had about 10 blow-ups. My son is behind me. He's trying to get in a shot. You may see his little head poking, but I'm trying to keep him off camera. Halloween, okay. We weren't sure we were going to get trick-or-treaters. We go all out. We have these big giant wooden signs that my husband made that light up to say candy here and point towards the porch. We have those big giant 9-foot blow-ups. We have all those. We have special effect lighting outside, lasers, smoke machines, you name it. I was going to go live and show you guys, but it was so windy and so stormy out. Like, everything was blowing around, and it was terrible. And we usually put a movie up on the garage door. We hang up a sheet and we put a projector out there, and we do a Halloween movie and chairs for the kids, you know. And everybody was coming up to the door like, where's the movie? Where's the movie? Well, we can't do a movie because it's like super windy outside, you know. And so that was a little bit of a disappointment. We still had the smoke machines and the laser effects and all that, and the kids always have a good time. And so do the adults. The adults love our house. We had so many people stopping and taking pictures and, you know, telling us that this is the best house in the neighborhood, and that they visit us every night to come see the lights with their kids, which is really, really special to us. Go lay down, Oreo. But what happened with Halloween is we got dressed up, and I wore my Minnie Mouse costume. My son was dressed up like Woody from Toy Story. And my daughter passed out candy while my husband made tamales because I'm usually the tamale maker in the house, but he agreed to make tamales for a party. Well, it was a little get together that they were having at his work. They're not all Mexicans, but they were all Hispanic people at his work decided to get together and do a little Mexican luncheon it was for Dia de Muertos, which is Day of the Dead, which is the day after Halloween. So my husband waits till the last minute to do the tamales, expected me to do them while I'm doing everything else. And I was like, no, that's on you, honey. You volunteered yourself. Go make some tamales. And so he insulted me a little bit because he called his mother for the recipe, right? And so the whole night he was like, well, honey, well, how do you do it this way? Like my mom said, well, why don't you ask your mother, dear? You know, like I could have told you how to make it. And so he made them, and they were not as good as mine because he was following his mother's recipe, which whatever. I got nothing against my mother-in-law. It's just I like to tease him because sometimes he underestimates how much I do and how much, you know, I can do. But I was not going to make tamales and walk up and down trick-or-treating. It wasn't going to happen, especially with the storm happening. Long story short, we trick-or-treated. My son had a fantastic time. And it's the first year my daughter didn't go. And so it was just me and him. And it was our first time just me and him. And he was so happy and excited. And he looked at me at one point and he goes, Mommy, I'm so glad it's just us. I like trick-or-treating alone. Which hurt my daughter's feelings when I told her. But that made me feel so good. Because I had 9 years with just me and her. Well, my nieces here and there were involved in our lives, but it was mostly just me and her. And now, like, it's kind of neat to have just me and him time. And he had a blast. He got a good amount of candy. We only did our street and around the corner because he does not need the sugar. He is very high-strung and he does not do well with sugar. But we got home just in time for the winds to kick up really bad, and it seemed like it was perfect timing. It was dry and it was really warm while we were trick-or-treat because it's always warm here when we trick-or-treat. We got home. We had about an hour of trick-or-treating with the kids coming up to the house after that. And my dog is trying desperately to get in. Go lay down. Go. They can't live without me. They have to be by my side. They're usually in here laying on my rug underneath Brunhilde. So anyway, and then the storms whipped up like insane. It was already really windy while we were trick-or-treating, but as we went to bed, it was like so loud outside. And 6 years ago on Halloween night, one of our trees in our yard fell down. The whole tree just fell over from the wind. So it was like that was replaying all over again. So my husband left for work the next morning. Nothing. You know, I thought if something happened out front, he would let me know, you know. My daughter left for school. I didn't hear nothing. I go outside. It was about around 9 o'clock a.m. The whole top of my lamppost in the front yard is off and in the ditch. So it just like blew off. And so it's like, nobody saw it? Like, you guys, my daughter walks right past that lamppost to go to school. And so it's like, the lamppost is broke. But it was weird because it was like 6 years to the day that we had a really strong storm on Halloween. So we had damage, but that lamppost didn't work properly anyway. There was a short in the wire. It needed to be replaced, so now I have an excuse because the whole top literally flew off the lamppost. Okay, so that is what has been going on in my personal life, along with some other stuff, but that's the basis of what has been happening. Now, to do yarn talk, I have 2 packages coming today and I have 2 packages coming tomorrow, so I will of course show you guys that. They're small packages. I placed an order and I didn't get everything in the order I wanted. I made a mistake, so then I had to go back, and then something else came available and I had to order that, and then another one came available and I had to order that. So I have 4 boxes coming. One of which is from Knit Picks, which means there's going to be dyeing coming up. And speaking of dyeing, we'll show you what I've been up to. I have created, now this was supposed to be Halloween. I did this before Halloween, and this is Knit Picks Cashmere, I believe, is the base. It's got cashmere and superwash merino, I believe. I don't want to pull the tag out. My idea is I wanted to do a witch theme. So this has purples and greens in it, and this is actually 250 skein balls. I wound them together, so it's 100 grams. 100, yeah. It's 100 grams. I pulled this out of another skein that I dyed. Yeah, it's, each one of these, since there's 2 here, is 50 grams, 123 yards, so double that, which is what's in here. It's merino and cashmere, and it feels delicious. It's so soft and squishy. So I did this with Easter egg dye, I believe, I think this one is from the egg dye that I got from Crystal, Ricola Crystal Crystal needs to stop changing her name because she's confusing the heck out of me. I'll link her below. Rico Love Crochet something or another. Crystal has changed her name like 4 times in the past couple months, and I keep looking to see if I got it right, and like Rico Love Crochet Crystal something. Crystal knows who she is. I'll link her. Anyway, this is what I created out of the Easter egg die she sent me. Now, I was trying to do something similar because this turned out amazing. This is just purple and green. But because the purple and green intermixed, there's tones of browns and oranges in here. Okay, that was like amazing to me. So I was like, that's so beautiful. I'm going to do it again. But I'm going to try it with the Wilton's food coloring. Now, this is beautiful. This is not at all what I envisioned. This is not Halloween. I don't know what this is. So, I don't really like these. But again, it's the same. It's the cashmere. It is 3 50-gram skeins at 123 yards a piece. But the color it turned out like blue and green. But it was purple. So, I don't know where the reds and the purple disappeared to. There's a little bit of pink in here. It just, I don't know. I don't like the way it turned out. So these will probably be in my Etsy shop. But keep in mind, guys, this is cashmere. It's not going to be cheap. Okay? And I know a lot of you guys have, in the past, asked me for my yarn to be put on the Etsy shop. And I have a hard time because as soon as you guys see the price, you get a little offended. It's hand-dyed cashmere. Okay? It has to be more money because it is high quality. It is soft. It is delicious to work with. So if anybody wants this listed and is actually interested in paying the price for cashmere, let me know and I will list it. If not, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Maybe it'll be a Christmas gift for someone. So that's what I've made. I finished the Nordica scarf and I posted the tutorial for that. But I also made a shawl out of homespun. Yes, I said homespun. I know there's a lot of you that are not a fan of homespun. Oh my god. I love working with homespun. And the reason I like working with homespun is keep your scarf on, girlfriend. You don't need to be naked. Woo! Cover yourself. Anyway, she likes to take her clothes off. Anyway, I like working with homespun because it works up quick. You use a big hook, it works up fast. It's also incredibly soft and squishy. And I'm getting some fibers flying off of that. Ooh. So, this was 2 skeins of, I don't know what color it is. I have the ball band somewhere in the other room, I believe. But this is just a granny, it's just a granny corner triangle shawl. Woo. So, it's on the small side, so it'll fit a smaller person. This is probably going to be a gift. I mean, it fits me, but I like my shawls a lot bigger. So this is probably going to be a gift for someone, but I really, really like this. It's so soft. I love working with homespun. Speaking of homespun, I'm still working on making my my homespun blanket. I am 7 skeins in to my homespun corner to corner blanket. 7 skeins in. It's coming along. I only have 2 skeins left, and I've been trying to do a full skein a day. So if I'm able to, it should be done in 2 days. I hope. I'm probably not gonna have time to crochet tonight, but maybe tomorrow and then maybe the next day. I don't really crochet a lot on the weekends, so I don't know. Oh. In case anybody's wondering, you guys have seen this shirt before. This is a pattern from Crystal at Bag O'Day. I will link that below as well. I love this shirt. This is made 2 specs the way she wrote the pattern. There is no change in it. Well, I did a little bit different here, but it's nothing that affects the pattern. I love this shirt. I love it. It is made by her exact pattern, and it fits. And it would fit a bigger person than me. So, I love that. Love it. What else? Okay. Now, some of you already know if you follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to learn how to knit. This is not the first time I have tried to learn how to knit. But this is the first time I've actually made progress. I I followed Granny D's tutorial, and I will link that below if I remember. Look what I've accomplished. Now I'm just using the Premier Spirit Stripes. This used to be labeled as Universal Spirit Stripes, so I have some that are universal, I think, up there. And I got these. If I can get my yarn's trying to roll off my leg. I got these at the Dollar Tree. I got these at the Dollar Tree. They are just, I think they're US 9 or 5.5 millimeter Red Heart needles. I don't remember what else they're called because I'm not a knitter at all. You guys know. If you're a knitter, you know. Okay, so this is not perfect, but this is the best knitting I've ever done. Okay. It is coming out. It looks wonky because it's like super, super, super stretchy the way I did it. I can't believe how stretchy this is. This is going to be a cowl eventually if I can keep going. This has taken me like over a week to get this far. Knitting is slow, especially when you don't know what you're doing. But I think this is the coolest thing ever. And I am just so, so proud of this. I'm so proud. I'm not going to convert to knitting because knitting is hard, especially for me. My brain does not wrap around. Like, I cannot figure out how to purl for the life of me. I watched several videos. The reversal of the needles or whatever you gotta do is like, I can't do it. I will eventually be able to, but this is just knitting. And I really think this is so cool. I am so proud of this. I'm so proud of this. And if you're a knitter, that probably looks like crap to you, but to me, that is really, really cool. So that, I'm trying to teach myself how to knit, which is why my crochet is going slow. This is a lot easier to me since I learned how to Tunisian crochet. A lot easier. Like, it's coming to me a lot easier. Also, what I found at the dollar store, besides those knitting needles, I actually went back and got more of those knitting needles. I had some really long knitting needles, and that's what I tried to knit on before, and I would have to hold the knitting needles up against my body because it's so awkward to me. But with the shorter needles like that, I can actually wrap the yarn around my finger and I can crochet way faster than I Tunisian crochet. So the knitting on the shorter needles is way easier to me. So I went back and I actually bought more of those needles because I want to make a couple washcloths in knit, and because I really like the stretchiness of it. And I've made a ton of crochet washcloths, and they're so pretty that I have not pulled them out and let anyone use them yet. But just recently, last week, I pulled the washcloths out, and my husband used one for the first time last night. He came out of the shower, he's all, I really like that washcloth. And I was like, what washcloth? He's all, the one you made. And I was like, okay, what was so nice about it? He goes, I don't know. He was working on the car all day yesterday because his car is broke down. But he was covered in muck, which makes me worried about what that washcloth actually looks like now. But he said, it took all the crap off me, like, really easily, like, and it felt nice. And I was like, good to know. I'll pull some more out of my stash. It's so weird. Okay, so at the Dollar Tree, if you follow my Instagram, you already know this. I found Premier yarns at my Dollar Tree. Okay, I have found yarn at Dollar Trees in Michigan, but in the 8 years that I have lived in Virginia, I have never once seen yarn in any of our Dollar Trees. And I have two on the same road, like 2 miles from each other, right by my house. I go in there a lot. We shop at the Dollar Tree a lot. So I've never seen yarn. Never once. So I went in and I was trying to help my daughter find a bowl, a glass bowl, because she bought herself a fish. She wants to take care of a fish. So we were trying to find a glass bowl, and I knew the Dollar Tree had stuff, you know. And so we're up and down the aisles, and I went down the very back corner of the store, the last aisle where the dish soap is and the pods for your dishwasher and the cleaning supplies. And the aisle right before that is like gift wrap. And on the end of the gift wrap aisle, by the cleaning supplies, was an entire end cap of Premier yarn. Okay, now I have only seen this advertised on the Dollar Tree, so I don't know if this is something just for the Dollar Tree or not. I'm sure Premier will correct me if I'm wrong. but I have not seen this in other stores. Just yarn. Now this is not the anti-pilling yarn. This is just worsted weight, just yarn. It is by Premier. This is 131 yards. Okay, so it's more yardage than the cashmere. It is 60 grams, 2.11 ounces, 120 meters, 100% acrylic, medium 4, machine wash, warm, tumble dry, normal heat, and it requires a 5.5 millimeter hook or 5 millimeter needles. Okay, now I showed this online and Joe from Joe's Web asked me how does it compare to Red Heart Super Saver. So I'm going to do that for you right now. And I'll show you the red because that's what I have in Super Saver. Okay, Red Heart Super Saver. Color's pretty similar. The feel, Red Heart Super Saver feels gross. I don't like it. It's crusty. It irritates my skin. It actually makes me feel gross touching it. I have a lot of this that I got at the thrift store, and I do use it, but I have to use it in small spans of time because it irritates my skin greatly. So I'm going to hold it by the label. This does not irritate my skin. This is not soft. This is not soft like the Premier Everyday. It's not as soft as that because this is, I love the way that feels, okay? But it feels nowhere near Red Heart Super Saver, okay? I'll show you Red Heart Super Saver. And just yarn. It is thinner than the Red Heart Super Saver. It has a really nice twist on it. It has a really pretty twist on it. But what I found in my stash that is similar in feel is the Impeccable from Michaels. It feels, it's not exact, but it is really, really close to the Impeccable. It's really close to the Impeccable. So if you like the Impeccable, you would like working with this. And again, let's see, thickness. The Impeccable is slightly thicker than the Just Yarn. And the Just Yarn is, I don't know what I was going to say, I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Oh, I got yarn falling on the floor. So I got lots of different colors. I got black because I don't have any black in my stash, I don't think. And if I do, it's very little. And I got some white because, you know, everybody needs a little white. Let's see how many I can carry. Got another black. I got royal blue and pink. Now, the red, white, and blue are probably going to go together because that's like the perfect red, white, and blue. Okay. And then the pink, the gray, and the white are probably going to go together. And I just got black because everybody needs a little black. So I'm probably going to make something small with that, a hat or a cowl or, you know, something like that. Now hopefully you guys, I have fixed the focus issues. I've turned off the auto track focus mechanism in my camera and I don't see the lens going in and out. So hopefully I'm actually in focus or else I'm going to have to re-record this whole video and that will make me very, very upset. So I think that's all I wanted to talk about today. Like I said, I am still working on my blanket. I will show that when it's complete, and I do have 4 packages coming in of yarn, small packages, and I will show that when it comes in. And yeah, so I hope that is a good episode. You guys gave me a lot of really good feedback for my tutorial on my scarf, and that made me feel really good. I was not sure how it was going to turn out. I tried my best. But I'm very new to tutorials. I'm new to writing patterns, and that reminds me I still have patterns I need to finish writing for you guys. I'm not sure I'm going to release the pink shirt pattern because it is giving me a severely difficult time writing the pattern just because it's different sizes. But that may be a tutorial because it's just easier if I show you, and that way I can show you how I did it so that you can size it to your own body so that I don't have to write a specific pattern for it. Because what I did is like, I measured it to fit over my head, and then I made a disc out of that, so it's like a circle. And then I measured how much space it would be from the front of the circle to the back of the circle, of how much arm length I would need, and I went by that. And that's how I measured the shirt for me. And yeah, I will walk you guys through that whole thing, so that way you have the pink shirt pattern, but so that I don't have to finish writing this pattern that has given me such a hard time. But I am going to write a pattern for the black and white 5-point shawl poncho thing that I made. I gotta come up with a name for that. And I also have to buy more scarfie, because that's what I use to make that. And so I can make another one and make sure that I have that right. But Crystal from Bag O' Day showed this scarfie that is in coral, and oh my god, it's so gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. I would love to wear that color, because you guys know I love my coral. So I think that's all. I'm going to end the episode, and hopefully this camera is still recording, because I've had bad luck in the past. So you guys, be kind to one another. Spread love, not hate. Listen to each other instead of arguing your own point. I'm saying that because election was yesterday. A lot of people just want to argue and make their point known instead of actually listening to the other person. I don't want you to have to change your mind, but just stop arguing. Just listen to each other. Yeah, I think that's it. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and thank you once again for joining me. And hello to all my new subscribers. Oh, I totally forgot. You guys, I reached 4,000 subscribers. Oh my god. So, you know what that means. Of course. There's a giveaway coming up. But I think I'm going to wait until the giveaway for the Nordica skein of yarn ends, which is November 11th. And then I will do a 4,000 subscriber giveaway. What do you guys think? I don't know what I'm going to put in the giveaway yet, but if there's any specific yarn you want to try, let me know in the comments, and I'll try to make sure it's in the box. Okay? Bye, guys.